I think all of us, and all of us, I mean, Chairman Inhofe, Senator Reid, Chairman Smith, and I have had some communication into the White House. And I'm sure that Leader McConnell and McCarthy have as well. So they know. They know what the vote was. They know what it's likely to be. I cannot tell you at this moment what the final vote would be. As I mentioned, for House Republicans, several of them voted against the bill, for example, because of the land provisions from natural resources or some other specific things that are no longer in the bill. So I'm feeling pretty good. I'll repeat, other than a couple of senators running for president, which we all need to take with a grain of salt, I don't know of anybody who's saying, yeah, this is the time and the way to deal with liability of social media companies. That's a pretty hard case to make. A lot of people think something needs to be done, but there's dozens of proposals on what to do. And I don't know much of anybody who says this is the right time and place. Okay, I've already forgotten the second part.
I think you sort of touched on it already, but you say Republicans, some of the things have gone away in the bill that they opposed, so now they will support it. But when it comes to a veto override vote, are you worried there are any Republicans that might flip their vote, like if it comes to a veto override?
Yeah, I mean, it's possible. I guess two things. One is, as I mentioned, all members have to bear the consequences of a no vote. And one of the consequences is that military pay is going to go down, that we are going to forego a lot of important bipartisan steps to better compete with the threat from China. So there are real consequences that I think both sides of the aisle have to take into account. And so my hope is that we can have a strong vote tomorrow. There can well be further discussions about how to deal with Section 230 moving forward. Maybe it's a commission. Maybe it's the committees of jurisdiction being serious about it in a new Congress. There's probably a lot of steps that could be taken, but you shouldn't punish the troops because of it. I looked a while ago. I think we passed something like 30 bills last week. Guess what? Not one of them did something about social media liability. So if somebody's going to vote no on a bill because of what's not in it that has nothing to do with it, then the possibilities are limitless. You can vote no on the defense bill because it doesn't fix health care or immigration or taxes or whatever you care about. That can't be the standard. I would say I do not believe, Nick, that the veto threat is empty. I think the president really believes it. He is very upset at social media companies in particular, and the results of the election have poured fuel on the flames. So I don't believe that it's empty. I know he's serious about it, but I also believe that most of my colleagues think this is not the place or the way to address that issue. I mentioned before, you've got Republicans, Democrats, House, Senate who think it should be addressed, but an airdrop in the last week or two of the session is not the way. And to be fair, we have reached out to the committees of jurisdiction to try to see, well, is there something we could do that everybody agrees on? And man, opinions are all over the board. about what needs to happen. It is a complex subject with lots of consequences. So I don't think it's empty, but I'm hopeful that a strong vote can persuade the White House that there's a better approach to deal with that issue so that you're not punishing the troops for something that is totally unrelated.